Spend a lot of time around here and in the community. So I go to school here, I use the leisure centre and I use the local facilities like the library all the time. So I'm fairly familiar with the people who live here.
He's a young man at Forest Gate Community School. He's in Year 11, so he's in his GCSE year. He's doing all the subjects that everyone else does, mostly subjects like English and maths and science. I understand that he's very, very good because I've seen his grades, so he's doing remarkably well. I know he's not very keen at PE, but that's what I know about Munaib.
I've been a personal friend of Munaib for a few years, and I know that he's extremely intelligent and he's very funny.
Munaib, he's eccentric, he's quirky, he's exceptionally clever, he's fun-loving, he's very generous as well. He'll do what he can to help others.
He has the ability to make people comfortable with his own knowledge of things like technological stuff, like computers, mobile phones. You can sit down and talk to you about a mobile phone for days. Things that you didn't even know about, he'll know about. So in technical ways, yes, he's very helpful towards people and stuff.
He's not the most athletic, but he makes up for that in his intelligence and the way he comes across to people, and he's witty and he's funny.
I think I came out of my shell halfway through Year 9, or roughly at the beginning of Year 10, where I decided to join the school council. Originally I was hesitant about it, but my teachers really pushed me to go, and that kind of forced me to confront my fear of talking to people. So I ended up putting myself out there, and I kind of enjoyed it. So now I'm me. Originally last year when I first joined, I ran for head boy, but I didn't get it. Instead, I became the head of the academic committee. So that was all to do with the academics of school. So we had the school publications we were in charge of. Like I said, I wrote editorials for it, stuff like Love Box and stuff, which were really interesting. The school magazine, I regularly wrote articles for. Stuff like that. We also basically, the entire idea was we had to make it so that kids who were, obviously they had no choice but to come to school, but we wanted to make it as enjoyable for them as possible. We didn't want them to go home saying, no, I hate school. We wanted them to go, no, you know what, I really enjoyed it.
He's obviously a very caring person, huge amount of talent, but again, it was mainly within his close friendships. What the student council made him do is actually make those friendships outside and actually do things for the whole school.
He's been a great help to me because when I was running for Young Mayor, originally I didn't want to do it. I wanted nothing to do with the Young Mayor project, but it was one of my teachers, it was Mr. Ali, and he just came to me one day saying, Munaib, you know, people like you, because they'd seen my editorials and stuff like that for Love Box, which was a school magazine I did, and people found my editorial funny yet serious, which was strange because I didn't really expect that. It was the first time I'd done something like that. So Mr. Ali just went and said, Munaib, I think you should do this, people like you, you're like the Boris Johnson of Forest Gate, because I had this really weird way of getting my message across, which was rather eccentric. So people liked that, so I said, okay, why not? And before I knew it, I was signed up. I was getting people to sign signatures for me and petitions and stuff like that, and I ended up running for it. Mainly I do my community work through the school. Like, we worked with the Shelter Box charity, where we raised money to help people in need in third world countries and places that had suffered natural disasters, like Christchurch in New Zealand, Haiti, the Japan tsunami, etc. So I did a lot of charity work with that. We've also helped out with primary schools in the local community. When I was in the Anne Frank project, I went around to local primary schools. We taught them about the Holocaust and Anne Frank and racial profiling and stuff like that, and how we shouldn't be doing stuff, how we should change young people's perceptions to benefit humanity, stuff like that. So yeah, most of my stuff's been done with the school. I have a horribly competitive nature. I don't like to be beaten in things that I know I'm good at. So, and I'm not sure if that's always worked out well for me. But if someone beats me in a science test, well, I try not to be a sore loser. I try not to say, damn you, I'll beat you next time. Instead I say, okay, you did better than me this time, but I swear to God, next time I will beat you. Next time I'm going to revise for like 24 hours if I have to make sure next time you don't have that smirk on your face. So yeah, apart from the competitive nature, I've always liked, I always believed that if you didn't bother doing it, you're a waste of human potential. There are people out there, people like me, people like my friends, and the youth council. They're clearly students who want to benefit the community. We don't want to just leech off them, leech off the taxpayer or something like that. We want to give back. We just haven't had the opportunity yet. So I imagine when opportunities are available for people, they'll rise up to the challenge and say, yeah, it's time for us to give back. You won't have to push them, they'll probably do it already. But I like to say to young people, saying there are opportunities out there, there is stuff that you can do, and as long as if you see an opportunity, take it, because it's not worth the risk of regret. You don't want to look back and say, you know what, I should have tried that. So yeah, go for every opportunity really that you see. Every ridiculous, minute opportunity, doesn't really matter.